Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I may sound a little bit different. That's because for some reason the PlayStation microphone that I normally use has disappeared, so I'm using one that I got with my phone. So it might sound a little bit different, but never mind, I'm still going to continue as usual. Anyway, the reason why you're here is that the Scramjet has been released in GTA 5 Online. The prices are 3.48 million if you complete win the hunting pack remix adversary mode. So that is all you got to do is win one of the adversary modes, and then you get the like 1.2 million pounds off, near enough 1.1 ish off the price, which is quite reasonable, I think. Or you do what I did, which is pay 4.6 million, which to be honest is a bit steep. But then if you look at it, it's quite similar in terms of its price to the Ruiner 2000, so I don't know, how well does it cope? Yeah, I found with the Ruiner 2000 you've got limited missiles, so I think it's about 8 missiles, and there's not much explosive resistance. It does have the jump and the parachute and the missiles and guns, so I suppose you can do quite a lot with the Ruiner 2000, but let's see how this can be a considerable rival. So I have bought it, and it is over there in my facility. The first thing I have noticed that I do have a bit of a problem with is protection. There's not really any protection at all. It's just got a piece of glass, and that's it. You can easily be sniped out of it, or you have a machine gun. You can just shoot it as it goes past. Which, if it's got jet rockets at the back, maybe a little bit difficult. But if you've got auto aim, you could get that lucky shot of it easily killing the player. So I suppose that is one negative I have at the moment. So let's just jump into it. Not a bad start. Nice interior, quite unique. I think it's very similar to the Michele GT's interior. Right, we can customise this in the Avenger, so that does speed things up a little bit for us. I don't think you'll be able to customise it in the LS Customs because it's a weaponised vehicle, so don't quote me on that, but I'll have a check in a second. Right, so first of all, there's no customisation so far, but we do have some liveries. I have literally no idea what this thing is based off in real life. Impotent Rage. I don't know, what should we go for? Quite like that one. Quite like that one as well. And that one, and that one. Since it's a rocket car, we can maybe put some flames on it. Quite hot rod sort of style. Whoop, pressing my buttons now. So we've got livery, respray. So, oh, we've only got a primary colour, so let's go to black, I think, to make those flames stand out. All the way up to black. I don't know, there might have been quick going the other way. Either way, black's fine. My PlayStation is somehow sounding like it's going to blow up. Wheels, you can change the wheels. I quite like the wheels as they are, to be honest, but we can have a quick look at muscle wheels. So there they are there. I don't think there's much difference. It's slightly bigger than the standard ones, so you can get them and put them in black if you wanted, which I think I'll do, just to make it look cool. There we go. There's no customization by the looks of things on the weapons, so you can't like change it from like missiles to machine guns. So it looks like everything you get is what you get at standard. So let's go exit the Avenger vehicle workshop. Both are exactly the same thing, Avenger and workshop, whatever. Oh right, I see. Exit that. Alright, I haven't been in the Avenger for so long, I don't even know what's going on. Exit the Avenger. That's a bit unusual. Just sitting there holding the pretend steering wheel. I've got to admit, it does look cool. It does look like a little bit like a customised Corvette. I don't know why I get that sort of impression. Probably the slanted back. Yes, sort of. Not really. Let's go. Right, so let's jump out first person. Hang on a minute. Oh, for crying out loud. Rockstar! Why have you made it sound like the XA21? Yeah, it's a good noise, but it suited the XA21 perfectly. And because it is a good noise doesn't mean that you're going to get loads of sales of this vehicle because it sounds good. Like, come on, Rockstar, be inventive. Start using new noises, because it starts sounding a bit repetitive otherwise. That's the first diss I have about this car. Whoa. The jet boost lasts a long time. Whoa. Now I've got no glass protection, so I literally have no protection at all. Alright, so let's have a look at the weapons. So we have machine guns, which are just normal Foggo standard machine guns. And then we've got missiles. If there's anything move down there, you change it over to missiles or whatever. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. So it's not as detailed as the Night Shark and things like that. Because the Night Shark, when you flip between the machine guns and your standard weapon, the machine guns actually go back into the bumper. It's quite cool. So this one is easy, right? Whoa, yeah, that boost does last a long time. It charges a bit quicker when you're on the ground, actually. It recharges a bit better. Right, so let's... that's not good. Let's get the insurance company up already. Time for a dip. Whoops. Yeah, so it doesn't take any prisoners. Like, as soon as you press that button, you're gonna go flying.
Holy shit!
Be more careful next time.
Hello, this is Morse Mutual Insurance.
This is only $1,000 to put it right.
Okay.
So that's cool. This is not going to be too expensive. It looks like we're going to make that mistake a few times, but judging by how long that jet blast lasts. Anyway, what we normally do with weaponized vehicles on this channel is test them against headhunter missions. And the first thing I've just noticed, it's got a new sign on the map. So if I just grab it, the pause menu here, look, it's got a new symbol. That's cool, because with the strike force, it didn't have its own symbol, which meant you wouldn't have known what your opposition is in. Like if you're up against a tryhard in one of them strike forces, you would never know that he's in a strike force. He could be in a Mamantis or he could be in a Luxor, you would never know. With this thing, at least you can tell. Wow, yeah, that is really fast. Let's have a look at the speed on the road. Can't knock that down, but we're going about 120, well, a bit more than that now, 140. I'm not sure how accurate those speedometers are. Right. First of all, there's no parachute, which is okay. You've got the jet rockets instead. Yeah, this thing is good. Takes about 160 miles an hour as the top speed of this thing. Uncustomized. Whoa. Yeah, this thing's quite fun, I've got to admit. It's pretty much the Rocket Voltic and the Ruiner 2000 put together, effectively. The only thing I do with this is just the noise. That's the only thing I've got problems with at the moment. Noise and protection. So, first of all, let's make up a plan. But I'd like to... Let's do a headhunter and see how it copes with doing a headhunter, see how many, if it's got limited missiles, and then we'll test out the explosive resistance of this thing. Work. I haven't played online for ages. Feels like. So, let's do this headhunter. Let's jump on to missiles. At least you can just use your own weapons in this one as well, though. That's cool. You got the machine guns. The machine guns are pointless, and there's never really any point you using them. I think because that's stationary, we'll just leave that one to later. Let's get off this cliff and start. It's very easy to spin round in this. It's definitely one thing I will say. Whoa. And it's pretty much like any other vehicle, really. You need to have the 4 wheels on the ground for the booster recharge. Smashing this thing up before I'm getting to the target. Right, finally we're back on the road. Let's go, use this thing. moving really quick. How did they get up there so quick? It was down here just now. Oh, the hell. We'll come back for that stationary target in a minute. It's definitely a very quick way to get from one end of the country to the other, I'll definitely say that. The handling is really neat, it's so grippy. It's so much grip. But I think this car will be really good just in racing, like for just doing it for racing, it's really, really good. It's a bit like the Vigilante. That'd be his other tech, really, the Vigilante. Okay, so the one comment I will say is that it's not very rapid firing. The missiles do take a long time to cycle around. So they're pretty accurate though. Whoa! Ah. Well, what that's just done then is told us how explosive resistant it is. One missile and it's blown up. Why are Rockstar making these military vehicles that suck at being defensive? Like, if you're trying to escape from someone, you're going to get blown up
Morse
instantly.
Mutual, we're here to help. I think we can handle that.
2 seconds, well, that was good timing then. Just make sure we don't blow this thing up again. Right, so let's go to this one over here, which I don't know where he's going. If he turns that way, that's in our favour, but I don't think he will. Nah, I didn't think so. Right, so let's GPS about here-ish. And there it is, finally spawned. Wow, dumbass, I can't get out now. At least you've got a Declasse steering wheel, I suppose. They haven't just ripped off another steering wheel, which I haven't seen them do for a long, long time. The last car I know that did that was the Blade, I think it was, the Vapid Blade. It had a Declasse steering wheel on a Vapid. It doesn't like hills, I'll say that. If you're going up a hill, it just doesn't seem to struggle. Whoa, come on. There we go, back on it. All four wheels again. Whoa, right, this. Do this strategically. I think we have to kill the target this one. I don't think we can kill it with this. Where's the missile gone? Oh, it's there. Yeah, we have to snipe this one because he's in a bit of a bad location. Yeah, what we do? Explosive sniper, because these idiots are stupidly bulletproof. Yeah.
You fucking idiot!
It's really weird, these people can take like stupid amount of headshots. Look. Headshot.
Look out! Shit!
Headshot. 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 Yeah, this is stupid. Frick it, just throw this thing down. Solve that issue. Probably. Right, I think he's behind there. Okay, he's hurting. Dang it. I'm gonna have to go down. It's about the fire. There we go. There we go, right. So let's try and blow this idiot up. Well, someone's burning, but who is it? Ah, target, there he is. Aha, gotcha. Sucker. Right, let's get out of here. I should have thought of a bit more of a strategic route and got the car facing the other way so I could get out of here quickly. Come here. Go. Go! Again, this is the only issue with this thing. There's barely any protection against the police or against any other player. Whoa! This thing doesn't take any prisoners at all, it just goes. This thing's mental. If you want something that's got a stupidly powerful boost, this is definitely a car for you. Look at that, I've flown miles. So we found out so far that the rate of fire of the missiles is not brilliant. It's better than the Hydra, but the accuracy of the missiles are really, really good. Really good. A bit like the Oppressor's accuracy. The speed and handling is really, really good. The only disses I have, the sound is a bit lame. I wish they sort of become a bit more inventive and used a brand new noise. They've had like maybe adapted the Corvette Blackfin's noise or something like that. Because it does kind of look like a Corvette to me. I know it doesn't look like a Corvette, but it does as well. And that just saved me out of that tight spot then. I'll definitely say this is worth the 3 million. Look how crazy you can fly about 700 miles in the air. I could say you can run away from another player really easily in this thing. The only trouble is the fact that you don't have that protection. Like, look at your character's head, it's actually sticking above the roof of the car, so someone could snipe you while you're running away, or they could just shoot you with the auto aim as you're driving past. Although it'd be hard to hit the car when you're driving past with the boost on, but there's always that possibility that someone would have the revolver or something and they'll take that good shot and they'll get you. So that's the only diss I have. In fact, there's no, well, apart from the sound. The rate of fire of the missiles is not really a problem. I suppose it's very ammo conserving, which is very good if it's limited. Right, that's that one down. Last one, and so this one actually did better than the Strike Force. You know, it's taken a long time. I can generally do this mission out in a Savage or Hydra within about 3 minutes. But then of course this car doesn't really have the advantage of being able to fly around. Admittedly you can fly, but it's only temporary. Yeah, there we go. I'd say if you're going to press the boost, make sure you've got a long stretch of road, because you're going to be... Look, it goes on for ages. It's much longer than the Coil Voltic, Rocket Voltic, and I think it's about the same as the Vigilante. I think the Vigilante is a teeny bit shorter. I haven't actually got a Vigilante, so I can't really say. But I have driven it around in story mode with mods on my PC. And that thing's fast, that Vigilante is fast. But luckily with this car, one thing, another advantage against the Vigilante is the fact that this thing doesn't actually blow up when you can't blow yourself up as easily when you go for a bump. Like with the Vigilante, I've blown myself up so many times because I was going over a bump and the missile locked onto the ground. Like they pointed towards that ground at the exact minute, and as soon as you press the button, it blows you up. It's really annoying. The accuracy of these missiles are brilliant. Down. Yeah, that's perfect. No, did the job. I stopped. Handily, the facility is only just over there, so I'm going to jump in the facility and see if these missiles are limited. Yeah, this thing is so fun. Even just using this to mess around with for an hour or so, it is really cool. extremely quick though. That's definitely something I'm going to keep saying. It's really quick. Well, let me in. Let me in. Let me in. It's in trouble with the facility. The animation to go in it takes forever. Like the car was actually on the ramp, but we still had to wait for the doors to keep opening, which is quite funny. And here it is. Right, so let's see how many missiles this thing has. I'm not sure whether it's limited or not. So let's just boost over there. Upside down, perhaps. Whoa, yes! Look at me, stunt driver. Get into gear, come on, change down. Right, as I said, this thing doesn't like hills. So let's jump all the way to the missiles. Right, there we go. One. Around 20 now. Right, we are limited to 30 missiles, exactly the same as the strike force. So you have limited missiles of 30, which, to be honest, how long that took to fire those missiles off, and I was able to finish that headhunter with no problem. Definitely did help. So explosive resistance is 1 missile, which is not brilliant. Right, let's just park up a second, and then we can flip around for a bit. I think let's just drive like a sane person-ish towards the facility, and then I'll make my verdict of this car and whether you should buy this or not. And again, me sitting here saying you don't need to buy this, you shouldn't buy this, I don't agree on that. I think anyone can buy anything they want. If you like the way something looks, you can buy it. I can't say, oh, look, it's rubbish, it doesn't do this or it doesn't do that. Don't buy it, you're wasting your money. If you like it, you like it. It's as simple as that. I can make recommendations on what my verdict is and what the advantages and disadvantages are. I can't really tell you whether you can buy it, whether you should buy it or not. However, my advice is to complete that adversary mode. Now, all you have to do is beat 1 adversary mode, which for some like me, it could be a bit difficult because I'm not a very good PvP person. I hate playing online games. I suck at online games. So sometimes I find that a bit difficult having to win a race against all these online players. Although I didn't really have much time to actually be able to complete that and then do the recording. So I just bought it straight out at 4 million. So at 4.6, is it 4.6 million? I think it is, isn't it? It's quite a lot of money. Let me just quickly go over there. There it is. A 4.6 million is a lot. It's near enough the same sort of price as a Ruiner 2000. Now the Ruiner 2000 was stupidly expensive. That's way overpriced for what it is, especially that you're only limited to 8 missiles. It's not even worth thinking about. The only thing I do like about the Ruiner 2000 compared to this is the fact it does have a parachute, which does make it a bit more manageable when you do boost and fly around. This is a bit more of a temporary flight, but it is quite fast, so you can get around very, very quickly. And the boost doesn't take very long to recharge, so you can get from one end of the map to the other very, very quickly. The other thing is the customization is pretty lame. You've only got a couple of liveries and change the colour on the wheels. That's it. So that's the only another diss I have on it. The other thing I don't like about it is the sound. The sound is, I think sound is a very, very immersive part of a game. Like, if it doesn't sound right, it doesn't immerse you very well. Admittedly, it does suit the vehicle quite well. I just wish they were a bit more inventive about the noise. Perhaps like make it deeper and maybe sound more unique than the XA21. Admittedly, it does sound slightly different. It's a bit more higher revving than the XA21, but even so, it's got that crackle on the pop, that all unique stuff that the XA21 did have when it came out nearly a year ago. It may have come out a year ago already. So that's the only thing I do diss. Well, that's one of the things I diss. So the price, yeah, I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't even consider buying it at 4.6 million. Only I bought it at that because I don't really have much time to faff about doing the adversary mode and do the recording and that. So try and do the adversary mode and then try and get it at 3.4 million. That's definitely worth it. The 1.1 million pound saving is a whole day's worth of work, really, of saving. So I would definitely recommend doing that. The disadvantages, as I mentioned, the sound is annoying. Do find that a little bit irritating. I know it's probably only me who finds that annoying, but I do find that annoying. The customization is pretty lame, but to be honest, I wasn't really expecting too much customization, as I don't really see that being able to be customized very much. The other disadvantage is the armor. You've only got one missile and that's it, you're blown up. So I find that a bit sucky. I think maybe it should be at 2 or 3 would have been more realistic. I know it is a car at the end of the day. It's just a car with a jet engine on the back, but even so, I still believe that it should have maybe had 2 or 3 missiles, because you got the Oppressor Mark II. Now that thing with missiles is so good. It's so good. And if you're running away from that in this, yeah, admittedly you could boost away, you can escape, but it's only a matter of time before those missiles come barreling around and blow you up, and that's it, you're gone. With the Oppressor, you can do these dodging maneuvers, and you can miss it. You can miss with the missiles. So I suppose maybe it's 2 or 3 missiles it should be for armor. And then again, the other disadvantage is the cover. Like, you don't have a roof, for crying out loud, and a windscreen that's not even bulletproof, so the bullet will go straight through it and you're dead. So that's the only disadvantage you have. You don't have much cover. The customization's a bit lame. You do get blown up very easily. So, and the price is a bit steep, but 3.4 million is quite reasonable, I think, for this car. Right, did I say 3.8 or 3.4? 3.4 is quite reasonable for this car. There we go, that's better. Yes, I do recommend you buy this thing if you're looking for something that's a bit fun. Like, if you're not really serious about this game, you just want to have a bit of fun, fly around with your friends, yeah, this thing's brilliant, because it's just, the boost is so long, you can fly stupidly high, and you'll be fine. Again, it's not really, I would say it's more of an offensive vehicle than a defensive. You can go up to a tank and destroy it quite easily, I suppose, if you stay far away enough. Because the missiles, the rate of fire is quite low, but the accuracy is really good. So I suppose that you could be behind a tank, you could fire a couple of missiles off, dart around a corner, or boost off, and the tank won't be able to hit you. So you can use this thing as a more of an offensive. Defensive-wise, you're running away. I suppose if you're running for an Oppressor or a tank, you will beat it. But if they get a lock onto you and they hit you, that's it, you're done. So that's the only thing. The only thing, if I was speaking to Rockstar employees, they're saying, alright, if you had any improvements, what would you say? I would say, have the armor at have about 2 or 3 missiles, and maybe add some bulletproof glass. Don't have to have a roof, just bulletproof glass would be good. And that's it, and change the noise perhaps. That's the only thing I would say. Well, anyway, thank you very much for watching my video. I know I spoke a lot today in this video, but yeah, I'm actually quite impressed with this vehicle for once. I was expecting to be disappointed with this, but actually I'm quite happy about it. It's a really cool vehicle. The Strike Force was cool, but it's just stupidly slow. I don't know, it's slow at low level, but then that's really what you meant before. It's for strafing runs. Anyway, I'm not even going to go on with that. This vehicle is cool. I would say it's very fun. It's put a smile on my face. It was worth the 3.4. Not worth the 4.6 though. Anyway, let's stop talking and wasting more of your time. And thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you found it informative. And hopefully I'll see you in another video. See ya!